Hey Leo, welcome back. I need to talk to you about something that came through in this reading, and honestly, the energy here is so clear that I had to share this with you right away. This is about someone from your past, and Leo, the universe has been keeping receipts. Everything they tried to hide, everything they thought they got away with. It's all coming to light now, and the consequences are real. Before we get into the cards, I just want you to know that this reading is specifically for you, Leo. And if you're watching this right now, it's not a coincidence. The universe wanted you to see this message today. So let me just pull these cards and we're going to look at what's really happening with this person from your past. Leo, so the first card I pulled for you is the Two of Wands, and I need you to really sit with this energy, because this card is showing me someone who had plans. This person from your past, they thought they had it all figured out. They were standing there with the whole world in their hands, making decisions that affected not just them but you too. And here's what's interesting about the Two of Wands energy. This person was looking ahead, they were planning their next move, they were calculating everything. But what they didn't calculate was karma. When I look at this card in the context of your situation, Leo, I'm seeing someone who had a choice to make. They could have done the right thing. They could have been honest with you. They could have treated you with respect. But instead, they chose the path that benefited them. They chose to put themselves first without any regard for how their actions would impact you. And the Two of Wands is showing me that this wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment decision. This was planned. This person looked at their options and consciously chose to do what they did. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Leo, the Two of Wands represents that moment of power. That moment where someone feels like they're in control of their destiny. This person felt untouchable. They thought they were smart enough to cover their tracks, clever enough to get away with whatever they did to you. They were standing on their little mountain feeling so confident about their choices. But the universe doesn't forget, Leo. The universe is watching this whole time, taking notes. And now the bill is coming due. I'm also picking up that this person might have moved on with their life after what happened between you two. They might have started something new, taken a new direction, walked away like nothing ever happened. The Two of Wands can represent physical distance too. So they might have literally moved away or just emotionally distanced themselves completely. They thought that by creating that space, by moving forward with their plans, they could just leave the past behind. They thought wrong. What I need you to understand, Leo, is that this card is showing me the before. This is the energy of what this person was carrying when they made their choices. This is them at the height of their confidence, thinking they were going to get away with everything. But keep watching, because the cards are about to show us what's happening now in Leo. It's a completely different story. The energy I'm getting from this Two of Wands is also showing me ambition without integrity. This person wanted something and they were willing to do whatever it took to get it, even if that meant stepping on you in the process. Even if that meant lying, manipulating, or betraying your trust. They had their eyes on the prize and you were just collateral damage in their mind. That's the cold truth of it, Leo. But the universe sees everything, and what they're about to face is going to shake their entire foundation. Moving to the second card, Leo, and oh my goodness. We have the Knight of Swords here, and this energy is intense. Do you know what the Knight of Swords represents? This is swift action. This is truth cutting through lies like a blade. This is karma moving at lightning speed. When I see this card in a reading about someone facing consequences, I know that whatever is coming for them is coming fast and it's coming hard. The Knight of Swords doesn't play games. Leo, this is the energy of exposure, of things being revealed, of truth charging forward with unstoppable momentum. And what I'm seeing for this person from your past is that the truth about what they did is coming out. Maybe they thought enough time had passed. Maybe they thought people had forgotten. Maybe they thought they were safe. But the Knight of Swords is crashing into their life right now and bringing all their secrets into the light. Here's what's really powerful about this card, Leo. The Knight of Swords represents someone or something that cannot be stopped. This isn't a gentle reveal. This isn't a slow burn. This is the kind of exposure that happens suddenly and dramatically. I'm talking about the kind of situation where everything they tried to hide comes out all at once. Maybe it's through other people talking, maybe it's through evidence that surfaces, maybe it's through their own mistakes catching up with them. But however it's happening fast. I'm also getting that this person might be facing legal issues or official consequences. The Knight of Swords has that energy of justice systems, of official documents, of things being done by the book. So if this person did something that was not just morally wrong, but actually illegal or against rules or contracts, those chickens are coming home to roost. Right now, the sword of truth is cutting through all their excuses and defenses. What's interesting, Leo, is that the Knight of Swords can also represent someone who is aggressive and reckless in their communication. So this person might be making things worse for themselves by how they're reacting to being exposed. They might be lashing out, saying things they shouldn't say, making accusations, trying to deflect. But every time they open their mouth, they're just digging themselves deeper. The truth has a way of making liars tie themselves in knots, and that's exactly what's happening here. The speed of the Knight of Swords is also telling me that this person didn't see this coming. They were going about their life, thinking they were fine, and then bam, everything hit them all at once. That's the nature of swift karma, Leo. It doesn't give warnings, it doesn't send save-the-date cards. It just shows up and delivers exactly what someone deserves at exactly the right moment. Now, Leo. The third card I pulled is the King of Pentacles reversed, and oh, this is huge. When I see this card reversed in the context of someone facing karma, I'm looking at someone whose entire material reality is falling apart. The King of Pentacles upright represents stability, success, financial security, respect in the community. But reversed? We're talking about the complete opposite. This person is losing everything they built. Everything they thought was solid is crumbling beneath their feet. Let me break this down for you, because this is so significant. The King of Pentacles reverse can represent someone who achieved their success through dishonest means. Maybe this person built their reputation on lies. Maybe they gained financially through manipulation or betrayal. Maybe they climbed up by stepping on others. And now all of that is being taken away. The foundation was rotten from the beginning, and now the whole structure is collapsing. I'm seeing job loss here, Leo. I'm seeing financial problems. I'm seeing reputation in ruins. This person might have had a good position, might have been respected, might have been comfortable financially. But the King of Pentacles reversed is showing me that they're losing it all. And here's the thing. When you lose things because of karma, you can't just rebuild easily. Because everyone knows now why you lost it. Everyone knows what you did. The reverse king can also represent someone who is being exposed as a fraud. Maybe they presented themselves as something they weren't. Maybe they faked credentials, exaggerated their achievements, took credit for other people's work. Whatever the deception was, it's being revealed now, and their professional life is in shambles because of it. The mask has fallen off, Leo, and everyone can see who this person really is. I'm also picking up controlling behavior with this reverse king. This person might have been someone who tried to control situations and people around them through money or status. They might have used their position to manipulate others, to keep people quiet, to maintain their false image. But that control is gone now. They have no power anymore. And all the people they tried to control or silence are probably speaking up now that this person has fallen. What's really poetic about this card, Leo, is that the King of Pentacles represents material stability, and when it's reversed, it shows material chaos. So whatever this person valued most, whatever they worked hardest to build and protect, that's exactly what's being destroyed. If they cared about money, they're facing financial ruin. If they cared about status, their reputation is destroyed. The universe has a way of hitting people exactly where it hurts most. The fourth card I drew for you, Leo, is the Ace of Swords, and I actually got chills when this card came out because do you know what this represents? This is the truth coming out in its purest, clearest, most undeniable form. The Ace of Swords is like a lightning bolt of clarity cutting through all the fog and confusion. This is evidence, Leo. This is proof. This is the moment when there's no more he said, she said, no more maybe or possibly. This is cold hard facts. When the Ace of Swords appears in a reading about karma and consequences, it's telling me that the truth is being revealed in a way that cannot be denied or spun or explained away. Maybe there's documentation that's been found. Maybe there are messages or emails or recordings that prove what this person did. Maybe there are witnesses coming forward. Maybe there's a paper trail that's been uncovered. But whatever form it takes, the truth is out and it's crystal clear. This card is also about mental clarity for everyone involved, Leo. So if there were people who didn't believe you before, if there were people who defended this person, if there were people who thought maybe you were exaggerating or mistaken, they're seeing clearly now. The Ace of Swords cuts through all the gaslighting and manipulation and shows everyone exactly what happened. You're being vindicated, Leo, and that person is being exposed. I'm also seeing legal implications with this Ace of Swords. This card can represent lawsuits, legal documents, official investigations. So if this person did something that crosses legal lines, they're not just facing social consequences, they're facing legal consequences. The truth isn't just spreading through gossip, it's being documented officially. It's becoming part of the permanent record. What I love about the Ace of Swords energy is that it represents a new beginning in how truth operates in a situation. Before this card, things might have been murky, complicated, unclear. But AFTE or the Ace of Swords, everything is simple and straightforward. The truth has been established and there's no going back from it. This person can't rehabilitate their image from this Leo. This isn't the kind of thing that blows over. This is the kind of truth that defines someone's legacy. The breakthrough quality of this card is also significant. The Ace of Swords represents that moment when everything suddenly makes sense, when all the pieces fall into place, when the puzzle is solved. People who might have been confused about this person's behavior, about what really happened between you two, about who was telling the truth. They're having their breakthrough moment right now, and once people see the truth clearly, they can't unsee it. Okay, Leo. The fifth card is the Queen of Swords, and this is so powerful because the Queen of Swords represents someone who sees through everything. This is the energy of judgment, of discernment, of sharp perception that cuts through lies and excuses. And what I'm seeing is that there are people in this person's life, maybe authorities, maybe community members, maybe even family, who are looking at them now with the cold, clear eyes of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has no patience for manipulation or sob stories or playing the victim. When someone is being judged by this Queen energy, they're being judged purely on their actions, not their words or excuses. And Leo, this person's actions speak for themselves, don't they? The Queen of Swords is looking at what they did, at the choices they made, at the harm they caused, and she's rendering her verdict. And it's not in their favor. This card can also represent a specific person, maybe a woman or feminine energy and authority who is playing a key role in this person's downfall. Maybe it's a boss, a judge, an investigator, someone who has the power to hold them accountable and who is absolutely doing so. This queen doesn't let personal feelings cloud her judgment, but she also doesn't let guilty people escape consequences. She's fair, but she's firm. I'm also picking up with the Queen of Swords that this person is being cut off from support systems. The queen knows how to set boundaries and she knows how to cut toxic people out of her life. So the people who this person thought would stand by them, who they thought would defend them or cover for them, those people are walking away. The Queen of Swords energy is influencing people to protect themselves by distancing from this person. Nobody wants to be associated with them anymore. What's interesting about this Queen is that she often appears after heartbreak or betrayal. She's someone who has been through pain and came out stronger and wiser because of it. So in the context of your situation, Leo, the Queen of Swords might represent you. You've been through something difficult with this person. They hurt you or betrayed you, but you came out of it with clarity and strength. And now you're watching from a place of wisdom as they face the consequences of their own actions. The Queen of Swords also represents communication that is direct and truthful. So if there are conversations happening about this person, if people are talking about what they did, those conversations are honest and unfiltered. People aren't sugarcoating it, they aren't making excuses for this person. They're calling it exactly what it is. And that kind of honest communication is devastating to someone who has been lying and manipulating because they can't control the narrative anymore. The final card, Leo, the 6th card in this reading, is the Page of Pentacles reversed, and this is showing me someone who is starting over from nothing. The Page of Pentacles. Upright represents new beginnings in the material world. Learning, building something from the ground up. But reversed, we're looking at someone who has lost everything and is struggling to even take the first steps toward rebuilding their life. This reversed page is showing me someone who is completely stuck. They want to move forward, but they can't because the consequences of their actions are blocking every path. Maybe they're trying to get a new job, but their reputation precedes them. Maybe they're trying to start a new project or venture, but nobody trusts them anymore. Maybe they're trying to learn from their mistakes, but the lessons are so harsh and the consequences so severe that they're just paralyzed. I'm also seeing financial instability with this card. The Page of Pentacles reversed often indicates money problems, inability to manage resources, living paycheck to paycheck, or worse. So this person who maybe used to be comfortable, who maybe had security, they're now struggling financially. They might have lost their income source. They might be dealing with fines or legal fees. They might have made bad financial decisions and they're panic. Whatever the case, they're in a very difficult position materially. The reversed page can also represent someone who is refusing to learn their lesson. Even though they're facing all these consequences, even though their life is falling apart, they might still be in denial about their own role in creating this situation. They might be blaming others, playing the victim, refusing to take responsibility. And that attitude is keeping them stuck because you can't change what you won't acknowledge. Until this person truly faces what they did and takes real responsibility, they're not going anywhere. What's also significant about the Page of Pentacles reversed at the end of this reading is that it shows no easy recovery. The page is at the beginning of the journey, and when they're reversed, they can't even start walking properly. This person has a long, hard road ahead of them, Leo. They're not bouncing back from this quickly. This isn't a temporary setback. This is a complete dismantling of the life they knew, and rebuilding is going to take years if it happens at all. So, Leo, let me bring all of this together for you because the story these cards are telling is so clear. This person from your past, they made calculated choices that hurt you. They planned their moves, they felt powerful and in control. They thought they were going to get away with it. But karma has been building this whole time. And now everything is crashing down on them fast. The truth about what they did is coming out through multiple channels, and there's evidence that can't be denied. Their material life is falling apart. They're losing their financial stability and their reputation. They're being judged harshly by people who see them clearly now, and they're being cut off from support systems. And at the end of it all, they're left starting from nothing with a destroyed reputation and no clear path forward. The universe handled this. Leo, you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to seek revenge or spend your energy trying to expose them. The truth exposed itself. Karma delivered itself. And now this person is living with the consequences of their own choices. I hope this reading brought you some validation and some peace. Whatever they did to you, whatever pain they caused, it's not going unnoticed by the universe. Justice is being served. If this resonated with you, Leo, let me know in the comments. Have you been seeing signs that someone from your past is going through it right now? Are you hearing things through the grapevine about their life falling apart? The universe works in mysterious ways, but it always works. Take care, Leo, and remember, what goes around really does come around.